cannot create a new politics. And today, that poetry is absent in most of the movement. Unless we create a new poetry, we cannot have a new imagination. Unless we have a new imagination, we cannot have a new language. So we are actually facing a crisis of language, where the language of empowerment, the language of change, the language of liberation, the language of freedom, all have been co-opted, repackaged, and sent it to us with aid, trade, and market. We are living in a stage where our own language is being subverted, our own slogans are being hijacked, and our own movements are being dispersed. And this is a very, very difficult predicament for all social movements and all social change agents. And we need to find a way out. We are living in a situation of the post-Second World era of World War. This United Nations is not a sustainable United Nations. Unless it's being revamped, unless it's reformed, unless it's democratized, the lie of this so-called world order system is not going to survive. We do not need an international monetary fund. It needs to be dispersed as early as possible, because it is there to serve the interest of few rich people. And if at all we need a World Bank, we do not need in this particular shape. It needs to be revamped. So when we are talking about alternative politics, it has to start from ourselves as person, but it cannot end there. The politics is not about the persons, it's also about a system which needs to be challenged and changed from global to local. Friends, we are living in a time of bombs, business, and bureaucrats. Governments are being captured by a bureaucratic elites. They flex muscles with their bombs. The more bombs you have, the merrier. And actually both of them are controlled by the business. And the politicians have become a slave of this system. Unfortunately, the corporatization of parties, the corporatization of the state, and the corporatization of social movement in the form of NGOs, that need to be challenged and changed. And hence, I think when you talk about South is not about geography. South is about a new sensibility. It's about a new imagination. There's a South in the North and there's a North in the South. The distance between New Delhi and New York can be measured in seconds. But the distance between New Delhi and the next village will have to be now measured in years and miles. The distance between Nairobi and Sao Paulo can be measured in seconds. So we are living in a highly divided world of digital divide. So the global elites, the poor in the USA will have to join hands with the poor in Nairobi. The rich in India has much more common with the rich in Belem rather than the poor in Mumbai. So in a sense, we need to really talk about a global solidarity of South, and South means those who have less voice, those who have been at the receiving end of power relationship. That means women, children, indigenous people, Adivasis, Dalits, those who are from the countries who have been exploited for more than 600 years in the name of colonialism. So the South is not about geography. South is about a new imagination for a new politics.